Right. So welcome to our productivity club. Very excited that we're doing this. Before I have everybody introduce themselves, I just want to go over the commitment letter because I know a lot of people had some questions about this. And Jay Steves is here. So, and then we'll talk about it together after. And let me just go. I'm going to read it out loud. You guys all have this. I'm sharing the screen. So this is our agreement. So this is a 90-day program. Our goal is to have three signed contracts. The contracts can be a listing taken, a listing sold. So if you have a listing and it sells, that counts. And then a buyer sold or any combination. So three deals, um, two sales, one listing. I know when I first started with Century 21, our goal was always two listings, one sale every month. And that's a great thing to keep in the back of your mind. Okay, so next, don't limit yourself. We're going to be doing a lot of activities and you may end up with more. And then don't get discouraged because it is going to come back to you. A lot of times, people, you're giving them the idea. They haven't thought about it. Now they're thinking. They need time to let it set in. And that's why we have to keep in touch with them. So it's like important to have a database that you can remember who you called, what you talked about, when you're going to call them back. And, a lot of times as you're looking at the hot sheet, the new listings on the market, a lot of times it'll ring a bell. Oh, yeah, I have somebody looking for that. So that's part of this as well. Oh, good. We have a lot more people. Okay, Andy and Lindy. And who did it? Okay, somebody missed. Okay, so go full force. It doesn't matter if you've been doing this for a while or if you're brand new, you're going to see results. So our first thing that we're going to do in today's session is about this, organizing your clients. So we're going to organize anyone that you know. For most of you, it's going to be your circle of influence. For some of you, it's going to be past customers as well, people that you've talked to before. You're going to divide your list into the A list, and those are the clients who are most likely to refer business to you, and the B list, consisting of the remainder of your database, so A and B. Call the entire database within the first month. That's what we want you to do. And then you must speak to the A list. This may require calling in the evening or on the weekend. So, as you have this set up, you really want to focus on the people that will probably get you business and make sure you're talking to them, whatever you have to do. Call, text, reach out on social media, have it there. All right. And then keep track of all the contacts and provide the contacts to me every week when we do our one-on-one call. So this is your pipeline. So as these contacts start to perk, we're going to start talking about a strategy. So that's the first thing. Before I move on, any questions on the first thing? Hey, Kathy Miano, good to see
Hi.
you. Okay. If you need help getting your people on your phone into a database, I will help you. But keep it simple. You don't want to go crazy. I emailed you the database spreadsheet. That is from Google Sheets. So if you don't have Excel, I can also share it to you using Google Sheets. So you can do that. I can walk you through it. We'll set up a time to do your database. It's really important. So we'll talk about that. So that's number one, everyone you know. So this could be people in your email, Gmail, phone, whatever they are. And if you can, email me your list. I'm pretty good at this. I'll try to figure it out. If I can't, I'll have marketing help me and we'll get your list done. But in the meantime, take that spreadsheet that I sent, open it up and start putting people in. You want to call them. And as you call them, add them to your spreadsheet. Okay? So that's one. Keep it simple, relaxed. A and B. A are people that you know who are most likely to refer business at some point. Two, add one additional name daily, 5 days a week. So your circle of influence is going to be the most important thing to you in your world in 5 years when you start working this. So you want to get in the habit of adding people to your circle of influence. Three, and we're going to do this in 3 weeks, create a geofarm to call if you have less than 500 names in your sphere of influence. And we'll do this on the third week. Four, make 2 posts a week on Facebook and Instagram, branding yourself as the real estate expert until, utilize still shots and videos. So 21 Online has a ton of free things you can use. But, think about what you want to say to people. What I think the most important thing about a post, there are questions people are asking you now. So buyers and sellers are asking you questions now. That's a post because if they're asking the questions, everyone's asking the question. So then if you need help from marketing or myself, how to format that into a post, we can do that. Okay. You can request it or I'll help you. So that's important. And we'll talk about this. Six rather. So now, no, five. Focusing on your geofarm. Call the new expireds every day. So as you go into the multiple listing service, you'll see the expireds. You want to call them every day. And if you're unable to reach them, go knock on their door in the afternoon or on a Saturday. And then knock on 3 doors on either side of the expired listing and 10 doors on the other side of the listing. So it's 5, 5, and 10. Actually, 5 on either side and then 10 across the street. And what is cool about this is it's an expired listing. You know the area, you look up what's going on in that neighborhood, so you know what's happening. Now you knock on the expired's door and you can just give them your card. Hey, I noticed your house didn't sell. Are you still thinking of selling? And then you knock on 5 on the left and 5 on the right and 10 across the street, and you talk about what's happening in the neighborhood. And just say, you know what, this house didn't sell, but there's a lot that have in this neighborhood. And I just wanted to let you know we have a lot of people looking in this area. And you probably know people that want to move into the area since it's your neighborhood. If you know anyone, do you know anyone? Let me give them a call. So it's just kind of common sense, giving them your card, relaxing, having a nice conversation. So that is number 5 in your geofarm. You're going to start calling expireds and for sale by owners. 6 is the for sale by owner. So it's the same thing. And we will talk about this. These are the classes that we'll be teaching. 7, our goal to set 1 appointment a week. So when you start setting appointments, you want to set an appointment. Think of this. You set an appointment a week. That's for a month. One of them is going to turn into something. So even if people are not ready to meet with you yet, the key to ingratiating yourself with them is to not have pressure. Listen, I'd love to talk to you. Why don't we meet at the office? Or would it be better if I came to your house? Or would you rather meet at Starbucks? This is why I want to meet with you. You don't know what you don't know. I don't want to put pressure on you. I'm not going to make you sign anything at this point. I just want to have a conversation and share some good information about what's happening with the market right now. Okay, Jody. Yeah, I don't mind meeting with you. They will do it. If your life depended on you making an appointment, you would make an appointment. You would think of a way to turn that conversation into an appointment. And that is a lot easier than you think. Just think at the end of the week, you're going to want to tell me, did you make an appointment this week? So that's your goal. One appointment every week just to go over what's happening in the market. No pressure. I just want to meet with you. Eventually, you'll get better at this. Okay. So setting one appointment a week for the first 30 days, two appointments a week for the second 30 days, three appointments a week for the third 30 days if you're full time. Now, if you're part time, it's okay. We will do what we can do. You can keep doing one appointment a week. Number 9, write out your goals every morning in a journal. Who has a journal? All right, I want you to get a pad, anything, just for this. Every morning you're going to write out your goals. You know, I know so many agents that do this. My favorite is Jordan Dennis out of our Florida office. And I believe he's in Destin. Jordan writes his goals out every day, and he does it as if they have come to pass. And I just read a really good book, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and another one, Bob Proctor, Change Your Paradigm. Both really good books, and they talk about doing that. So you write your goal every day as if it happened. I'm so grateful that I'm going to be getting 20 deals this year. I'm so grateful that I have an appointment this week already. Okay, so write your goals as if they've already happened. Okay, every morning in a journal. And then 10, role play weekly. Start with calling around new listings and your circle of influence, and then move on to objection handlers, the listing presentation, just 15 minutes a day. If you don't have anybody you can role play with, and this group is good, and if somebody wants to tell me times that are good, I'm glad to do it with you guys. But if you don't have anybody, just role play with yourself. Say the scripts out loud for 15 minutes. Okay? All right. So now we've talked about the agreement that we've all signed. So let's talk about how you're going to plan to do this and just tell it. I'm going to start with Maria, and then we're going to go around the room. And I want everyone just to talk a little bit about yourself, how long you've doing this, and how you're going to work this into your schedule. All right. So Maria, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Now,
You,
can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. Um, my name is Maria Garcia. I started working real estate in Miami, Florida in 2010. I was with Redfin. And during the pandemic, I moved to Wilton. I've been in Connecticut for the past 3 years. And the first year I still was with Redfin, and then I moved to Century 21 in Stanford.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we just went through a lot of things that we're all going to promise to do. What do you think you're going to do first?
My first thing, it's just to clean my names, my list,
Your
um,
database. Okay.
my database. Ex clients are all in Florida, and I'm new to the area, and that's the biggest obstacle I see in this is the that I don't know that many people in Connecticut.
Okay.
The database is small, so that's going to be my challenge, trying to grow that any way I can. Um, Figure it out how I'm going to do this.
Good. Well, we'll help each other. Okay.
Okay.
Charlotte, how about you?
Hi, my name is Charlotte Campbell. I am Also, I started in real estate in 2010. Prior to that, I was in a completely different business. I started at Weichert and went to Coldwell Banker and just recently moved to um, Century 21. Since my family and friends don't live anywhere near me, uh, like Maria, I have a very sparse sphere of influence. So that's my challenge. And the thing that I'll be working on is entering my finishing my spreadsheet with um, open house contacts and things like that. I will say that in reading this contract commitment letter, I'm a little disappointed. I'll tell you that right out loud because this is the same stuff that we've been talking about since I started, and it's been not very productive. So I'm forward to maybe seeing something different, but I will tell you that I am a skeptic.
Okay. And thank you for your honesty. And I told you when we first talked that we were going to not just do our sphere. So you and Maria, we can start with our geofarm. But I will tell you that you've lived there. How many years have you lived in Connecticut?
I've lived in Connecticut for over 30 years, but like I said, my business was out of town
Right.
and I
Well,
traveled
we're going to
quite a
figure
bit.
it
So
out,
I don't
Charlotte.
have, I don't, yeah, yeah,
This is my commitment to you.
yeah, it's a challenge. It's a
We're
real
going
challenge.
to do this.
What I did, I just to put a little, just to wrap it up, I did, you know, I was able to do it because I worked with a partner. And that, and they were the ones with the contacts because they lived here forever and they had big spheres. And I was the one with the technology know-how. So that's how we kind of worked together. So once I left them, their contacts were theirs. So
Ah,
that's that.
all right. We are definitely going to figure this out, and I don't want you to get discouraged. We're going to make this work. Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank you.
honesty.
Thank you.
Ahmed, can you talk?
Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmed Sayed. I just joined Century 21 about a month ago, and I'm so glad I worked close to Jody and West Hartford. I'm so excited because I always listened to her. I know she was one of the top agents originally. I see her personality, like dealing with everyone. She's very capable, and every day I try. I'm a full-time agent, by the way. I'm trying to learn everything. So excited. Every person I see, one of the things I do, first of all, myself, I have been investing in real estate for so many years. And I was a landlord for about 20 years, business owner. So I decided to invest my experience, all my skills, my honesty, but basically with the clients. But one thing got my attention once I received the business cards, and it just happened even like every single day. When I give anyone my business cards, people I know or I don't know, he talked to me about residential, about business, the gas station, investment property. And what encouraged me to do this, Jody, because I had a client a week after I started to work for Century 21. He wanted to buy a business, a restaurant in Bridgeport. And I called Jody. She didn't hesitate. She's always ready. So I think joining Century 21 was a good move for me, especially I made my decision after I met with different companies. And my goal is to be one of the top agents. This is my goal. It's going to take time because nothing's going to happen, overnight. But I have a good feeling about this. And basically, I'm so glad that I joined Century 21. And this is a very successful company, especially All Points Realty.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's my commercial. Well, so what he's saying is I immediately went into Zip Forms and created the folder for his client and sent them in writing. So that's the kind of support you have. You have somebody here, me, that's here for you to help you with any opportunity that you get. And that's the difference that I think Charlotte and Maria are going to see as time goes on. you have any kind of an opportunity, we're going to have a conversation and we'll do it together. I will make calls with you. We're going to make this work, okay? You don't know me. I have four brothers. I'm very competitive, and I want you guys to be more successful than anyone else because I have to beat people. So that's my thing. We're going to do this, okay? So I want you to know I'm here for you. All right, Nick, your turn.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Nick Travali. I am new to real estate. I literally just passed my test like not even a month ago. So yeah, this is my first journey into this profession. So I'm not really sure exactly how it's going to go. I do have my aunt and my uncle, or Steve Travali and Michelle. They work in the Enfield office, so I'm sure I'll probably be doing a lot of stuff with them to start. So I think maybe my journey might be a little different. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm excited and
Sounds good.
thankful for the opportunity.
Yay. I know you're going to have fun.
It'll be
Kathy,
different.
thank you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm Kathy Miano. I started in KW with a friend in 2017, more of support staff for her, came over to Century 21 with her. Worked with her for a little bit, went on and off a team, which was great to do. It was a good start for me. But now I'm ready to make my own business. I need to start from scratch. I do have a lot of friends and family, but I don't formally have them put together because I was never really working my own business. So I really didn't, turn over my friends and family, because I knew eventually I'd probably start my own, business instead of supporting someone else's. So I'm going to start from my database and work from there, change my journal into a business journal every day, which I actually do the same thing, the gratefuls of, that they already happened. So, and that's about it. And I just thought this would be a really good start for me. I know a lot about selling real estate. I've had some very good years. But I've also had some, slow years. So I thought I'd start my own business.
I'm so glad you're here. I'm very looking forward to this. This is going to be
Thanks.
great.
And
Daryl.
I know
No,
that
go
the
ahead.
support staff is amazing. I've just anything I've ever needed, about something I didn't know or something that I did know that I couldn't complete myself in a time frame it needed to be done. I would call, Michelle or you or really anyone, any other agent always helps. So it's a good place to be.
It is a good place. I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Daryl, let's hear it.
Hello, everyone. I've been an agent since 2020. I got my my license just in time for the world to shut down. And so, my biggest thing, and I've talked to Jody many times about this, I came from many years in the restaurant and bar industry. I owned a few popular places that did business for many years. So I was always a paper tiger. I just need to turn that into actual sales. I'm doing okay. I'm doing better than the average agent, but it's still not enough to, say I can go on any trip I want to go whenever I want to go. You're supposed to be able to really thrive, and that's why I'm doing this. Going to double down and just go back to the basics, like I always did in sports. Start and build your foundation and be consistent. And all these methods are tried and true methods that many agents have done very well with. So I'm looking forward to having it happen for me too.
Yay. You know, and that's what I love about working with you is that you want to thrive, and that's why you're here because you can't just pay your bills and get by. You're like we work too hard. We need to be making what we want to make, and this is a business that you can do it even in the market that we're in. You can do it. So that's my goal is that you know you reach your goals. So thank you, Daryl, for sharing. And Daryl's wife is one of my daughter's best friends. So I'm rooting for him too, and so is his wife and my whole family. So, all right, Jay, let's hear your story. You are muted, Jay. Jay's muted. Let's see, ask to unmute.
There we go.
Oh, good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Well, Jody knows most of this about me, so this is just news for all the rest of you. I've been doing real estate for about 38 years. I've been involved in this business for a long, long time. But back in, I'm a two-timer here with Century 21, All Points, Access America, Apple Valley, going all the way back. Back about 2014 or so, 2015, I don't even remember now. I left the company and had coffee in a couple of different places due to the way the business was going, what I was looking for, what I thought I was looking for. And then earlier this year, I probably visited 5 or 6 different companies, stayed for a year or two in each of them, and then ended up at um, uh, another company that's more of a national or international company. But earlier this year, I walked back into the office and asked them if they had a desk that I could reside in. It was time to come back home. So I have a lot of background in this business. I've been in foreclosures. I've been in a lot of new. Actually, Jody probably remembers back in 2000, I think it was Jody. I actually got the opportunity to walk the stage back in Orlando with the Naked Gold Man. So I've been to the top. I've seen what it looks like at the top, and then I came back down to the bottom and decided to climb again. So um, where I'm at right now, and that's where Jody and I have to work together, I have a database that is very, very large. The unfortunate part is because of where I've been over the last few years and stuff, not a lot of those are technically sphere of influence people. And it's going to be going through those and making them sphere of influence is going to be the more of the goal of getting me back to where I'm at. At the moment, this month, unfortunately, I had an accident a week or so ago, so I am on a workman's comp, quote unquote real job, and so I've got 6 or 8 weeks for me to dive in here head first and do what I need to do to see if I can make this make a go of it again for the rest of this before work is going to want me to make a decision as to what I'm doing. So
Yay.
that's when Jody put this opportunity in front of me, and I said, you know what, I'll dive in head first. We'll work together. We'll get this done. As I mentioned to Jody, I'll be looking for at least, because I can't go and knock on doors at the moment. I'll be looking for at least one other agent to work with, if not more, to help me out in this endeavor. And Jody and I will work together to find those right people. But I've got a very large database in the Plainville, Bristol, New Britain area that we're going to be working through, an old stomping ground, if you will, of mine forever and ever. I currently live in Plainville, so I'm here. If anybody has questions about the business, go to Jody first. If Jody needs my information, needs my education, she'll refer you back over here, and I'll try and help. Other than that, I'm going to be working my database like everybody else, and that's pretty much where I'm at.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, Andy. I don't know if you can unmute yourself, Andy. If not, okay, there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so make it quick. So my name is Andy Munoz. I got licensed in September. I joined the Southington office. I'm also a farmer's insurance agent. I own my own agency, few blocks away from All Points, their headquarters. And I am trying to, I guess, figure out the right way where I can actually tap into my book of business so I can start making some real estate sales. Make some
Perfect.
contacts.
Perfect. Yes, and you're going to do it, and I'm excited too. So I always love talking to Andy. He loves all the sales people, the books and the conferences, and all the positive things that we do. So I'm excited about this. And last but not least, Lindy.
Hello, I'm Lindy.
Hey.
I just got licensed last March, so I'm very new. I bartend on the Southern Weeks. I basically used that to talk about being a real estate agent and like getting my name out that way. But yeah, right now I'm trying to just work on learning as much as I can and getting all the skills I can get right now.
Absolutely. So do we see a common theme here? Ahmed just joined me here live in Wallingford today. So the common theme, you guys want to grow, and I'm here to help you. We have we have new, we have experienced, we have really experienced, but what everybody wants is to grow. So we're going to do this together and focus on the things that we need to focus on to go forward. Oh, iPhone 2. I missed you. Who is iPhone 2? Oh, that's you. Good. So Ahmed is here with me. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start working with you. So to start with, we went over what we're going to do. So when you're doing your goals, you might want to look at this every day just to keep your focus on the big picture. So the first week it is all about our database, and my job is to help you get your database going. Don't wait until your database is going. Start making 5 calls a day. And for Maria and Charlotte, I'm going to reach out to you after this session and we'll work on a geofarm for you. The other thing my goal is for you is to arrange for open houses for those of you that can do them from other agents' listings and get you out in the marketplace. Okay. So that, keep moving. We're going to keep moving forward. And now I'm going to share my screen. All right. So this database is our sphere of influence, our circle of influence, whatever you want to call it. We just did this. Make sure that we know this is our goal. We're going to make an appointment this week. So our goal is to make an appointment this week. And today's probably the hardest week. We're on Monday, the first Monday, I believe, of the new year. And so it's kind of scary. Like, how am I going to get somebody to meet with me? So we'll talk about that. Then we also want to get a listing over the next 90 days and 2 contracts for sale, sold. And then we also want to know, what is your goal? So, write down on a piece of paper for the next 12 months this year, how much do you want to make? And I'll tell you that your average commission is about $5,000, depending on what towns you're working in. So $5,000 means you have to do 20 deals to make 100,000. So, as you're looking at what you want to get done, and what level you're at now, think about that and think about what you need to do. How many appointments do I have to make to have a closing? And the rule of thumb is 4 appointments equals 1 closing. If you're experienced, you can drill that down to 3. So, when you start making appointments, like we said in the beginning, if your life depended on making appointments, you would make an appointment. So what would you say to turn that conversation into a meeting? And, I just want to get together with you to talk about the possibilities. Let's get together. I just want to get together with you to talk about the possibilities. I can tell you right now, I know you guys, and I know Ahmed and Daryl Sullivan, you guys are always making appointments. Every time I talk to you, you're on your way to somewhere. You do not sit still. So that means you are doing this already. So just think about that when it comes to real estate, turn conversations into appointments. And one thing we have to all do is know the market. So one appointment might be, hey, I'm going out to see this new listing that just came on the market today. I'm so excited. Do you want to come with me? Okay. For you to come with me, I just have to tell you, I'm going to have you sign something. But I know you're not ready to buy, so we'll just make it for today. Okay, that gets you into getting into the paperwork, feeling comfortable with the paperwork. And that is how I always did it. I know for me personally, I started with a coach when I was brand new. And that was one of the things I had to answer to somebody, and it was making appointments was important. So making the contacts, whether it's sale for a conversation online or a conversation in text or a call and actually talking to them back and forth. That's what a contact is. And then an appointment is turning that conversation into meeting with them. So a lot of people feel like, well, I don't know if I can do this. And like Charlotte, I've heard this before. I don't have confidence in the plan. And I'm going to tell you the first thing you have to do is get confidence in the plan. So this is where I'm going to help you. And I will tell you myself personally. I have, like I said, always had a coach. I was a top agent in Southington for many years. And if somebody told me, Jody, if you do XYZ, you'll get this, I will do XYZ as if my life depended on it. And that's just the kind of person I am. I'm a great leader, but I also am a great follower. So I think you have to be. You have to have faith in the plan. So that's the one thing that will build confidence is just believing this will work. It works every time I do it with anyone if they do what is necessary to do. And you know what? I'm telling you, everybody has a reason why it won't work. And it won't work for them. And they're justifiable reasons. I'm not discounting that, but we have to figure it out. So that's what this program is all about. So 3 steps to building confidence. 1, have a plan. 2, have faith in your plan. It works. 3, execute your plan. So whatever this plan involves, do the work that we have to do every day. If we focus on the execution, the results will follow. And that's what one of my coaches told me in the very beginning. Focus on the execution. So when you first start doing this, the execution might be picking up the phone and making a call that you don't want to make. Okay, now I did it. You know what? You can celebrate for 1 minute because you just made that call. You called a stranger that's in your database or in your geofarm, and you had a conversation about the market. And now I never will listen to people for the first 2 weeks of them making calls because you learn as you go. There's some things you can't be taught. You have to do it. So picking up the phone, texting someone, it works. Okay, so that's 1. Oh, what's the matter? Maria, I think the slides I'm not looking at the text. Let me look. Okay, will you share the slides? I did email the slides. So Maria, I sent you an email and I will send it again after this session. Okay? Okay. So focus on the execution, the results will follow. Now, let's talk about what the opportunities are. Okay, so in Connecticut, because we're in Connecticut now. So who are the people that we have in Connecticut? All right, and this is from the latest census. From 2021 to 2023, 22.6% of the population moved. 14% moved into owner-occupied homes. So how many people are in our telephone that are in the area? 14% are going to move over the next 3 years. So opportunity is there. Oops. Your circle of influence. So, a lot of us have huge circles of influence. Some of us have little ones. I know I'm married to someone who all of our friends are realtors. And he's always telling me he doesn't have a sphere of influence. So, believe me, I'm hearing what you guys are thinking many times. But we do know a lot more people than we realize. And 14% are going to move over the next 3 years. So if I know 200 people, that's 28 potential people that are going to move. And then according to NAR, when you're showing houses, and when we first start doing this, you're going to get a lot of people that want to sell and a lot of people that want to buy. When we're showing houses to buyers on average, they will refer 3 more people to us. So how does that work? That's like you have someone, their kids are in school, they're talking to everyone during the games, during the events, during the, mom times, and pretty much everyone has the same problems. Their house is getting too big. They're having people over for Thanksgiving. Their family lives all over the country, all over the world. Everybody wants to come stay at their house, and there's nowhere to put them. So we want to move. Or now we have this big house. Our kids are in college. We don't want them to come back after college. We want to downsize now before they start having families. They want to downsize. So there's people are moving, and as we start showing houses, they start referring people to us. On average, 3. So that's 28 times 3, that's 82. And that's 27.3 a year. And even if only you get 2/3 of those, that's another 18. So now we have 14 plus 18, or 28 plus 18. All right. In addition to that, 76% of sellers used an agent they knew or were referred to. So our goal is to make sure our name is synonymous with real estate. And that's why we're going to do social media posting as well as reaching out to our sphere, because we want, when people Google us, we want them to see us in terms of a real estate conversation. Okay, so let's look at Connecticut. And I'll have to tell you something. So when we're thinking, where am I going to show houses? You have to think, how far does my car go? Hey, does my car go past Southington? Does it go past West Hartford? Does it go, where does it go? I'll tell you where my car goes. My car goes to Stamford, Connecticut at least once a month, and Madison, Connecticut probably more than once a week. Why? Because that's where my 2 kids live. So that is where your car goes. Connecticut's like the size of Houston. So I know when I was a national trainer for Century 21, I would go to Houston a lot, and Houston's gigantic. It has its own airport, and people, live in a town that consists of many smaller towns within it, but it is a town. So how much money do you want to make is how far your car will go. And I pretty much know most of this state It can help you navigate things if you have an opportunity, and I will. Okay? So that's why I want you to know this is what's happening in our state. We have a population of 3,600,000 plus. Our median income is 91,000 per family. Average family is 3, and that's 1,201 households. Okay? 66.7% home ownership in our population, 1,597,000 housing units available. Okay. So we have enough houses for everyone. So the fact that we are thinking there's not enough inventory, but there is actually enough inventory. We have to find it. And that moved after 2021. That's where I got that number, 22.6%, 14% moved to owner occupied, and 39% moved to rentals. So that is a lot of opportunity. And rentals are great. I have no problem with rentals. We're not going to count them for our mission here, but I will help you with them because most people that rent turn into buyers and sellers. So, everybody is important that we meet. And it's funny, I met the top agent in the country. Every year, Century 21 has a big convention and they have the top agent talk about how they got where they got. And one guy, before he became the top agent, he was a top car salesman. The guy was in New Jersey, barely spoke English, from Russia. I'm telling you, when he looked at you, you couldn't really tell the way his eyes were if he was looking at you. And everybody in that room was thinking, if this guy could do it, I could do it. Okay. So there's so much opportunity. So they said, how did you, what do you attribute this to? He goes, I treat everyone the same. I respect everyone. And I think that's really important, when it comes to buyers, renters, sellers, agents, what we think, when you have somebody come into your, circle, a lot of times it's easy to think, oh, this is who they are. But you can't judge a book by its cover. We never know who we're talking to. You could be talking to a multimillionaire, or you could be talking to somebody that looks like so good, but they're just, they're not a multimillionaire, far from it. So it's treating everybody the same. It has a lot to do with the respect and the success that we end up doing. And it is just funny when you think about that, but looking at the numbers in Connecticut, you can see that there's a lot of opportunity. So I'll tell you one story really quick. I was a top agent. I was showing houses. I met these people at Denny's. This was years ago when people actually went to Denny's. And I looked at them, I'm thinking, I cannot believe I'm showing these people houses. They had to, from my perspective, they probably couldn't afford to buy anything anywhere. It was a dad and his son. And I ended up tripping over the curb and falling into their arms. And it was so humbling. And I just thought, you know what? That is a really good lesson because you can't judge a book by its cover. And who do I think I am? So I've learned by many times in this business, getting stuck in snow, walking till my knees are up to my knees in mud, that is a very humbling business. And, when you do treat everybody the same, it comes back to you. And it's not like you're going to be glamorous. It's not what you see on TV. That's not how it is. It's hard work. So when we commit to our plan this week, Century 21 had an app that they got rid of. And I thought it was going crazy because I couldn't find it. And it turns out it's not in there anymore. So I'm going to show you where it is. But this is what we're going to do. All right, so you're going to sign into 21 online with your credentials, add your yearly goals, and then put in your contacts every day. Take a picture of it with your phone and email it to me. So in there, you're going to say how many social posts. There's a place to put that. How many appointments? Buyer agreements. So you can put the other things in here too. I'm not tracking buyer agreements, but it's good to know. Listing agreements, absolutely. Offers written, your monthly goal, pending sales. So as time goes on, you're going to add more to it. But my main concern is how many people did you talk to or text back and forth? How many contacts? You want to do at least 5 every day. Okay, so 5 days a week, at least 5 people that you talk to every day, 5 handwritten notes. I think we said 2 social media posts and 1 appointment and 1 offer written. So that's our goal, okay? Now I'm going to show you how to log into 21 Online and find this. So this is where it is. And I'm going to actually do it right now so you can see. Okay. Here we go. 21 Online. Sign in. Okay, it's loading. So what we're going to is RE Scoreboard. So when we log into 21 Online, we then are going to go to C21 University. And we do that via the menu in the top right, select Learning Hub, then select the menu again once you get into Learning Hub, and then select RE Scoreboard. Okay, so I just want to show you. So I'm in. Ahmed, it's up there too. If you.
I'm trying to
Okay,
put the password.
excellent. So I'm into 21 Online. Now I'm clicking menu. I'm going to the Learning Hub right here. And now I'm going down and going visit C21 University now. Once I'm in C21 University, I go up to the menu again and I go to RE Scoreboard. Okay. And I'm going to go to my dashboard. So it's bringing me there. When you first log in, it's going to have you put your goal in over the next 12 months. So you will be able to put your information in, and then you'll be able to take a picture of the activities that you've done as you do them. Okay. So if you need help, I will do it. I'll help you. So I don't want anyone to not do this. You're going to go to 21 Online, and Nick, you can't probably get in yet, but once you're able to get in, you'll be able to do this. Now, a month ago, we actually had the app on our phones. I still have mine, and I think they're going to be putting it back in the App Store, but it's not there yet. All right.
No, please. Second, go over it again.
Okay, I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to go over it at the end with you. Okay, so next. So it's important that you, at the end of the day, send me that screenshot because that will be your impetus to make sure you're doing this, okay? I'll be looking for it. So who is your database? You're going to fall in love with them. And if you don't have one yet, we're going to find one. We're going to get it for you, and we're going to fall in love with them. And we're going to reach out to them like our life depends on it. Okay? Because our career depends on it. So this is the database that I sent you, and you can see the first row has A or B. Then the date, this is the date that you called. As you enter data into here, you can enter more data. And when I talk to you the first time, we're gonna go over this so you can see how it works. So I put in here what I thought you'd like. We can add more columns if you want to, but this way you can look at the whole thing. As you add the A's and B's here, you can sort by A or B. And then next call. So you're going to have notes, and then you're thinking, when do I want to reach out again? And that way, no one's going to fall through the cracks. It's a simple database. Okay. All right. So as you think about everyone in your phone, and so you have your phone, Daryl has his MLS, Jay probably has another database. So we just want to say they're either a A or a B. And the A people, like we said before, are the people that will talk to you, will pick up, will respond when you text. They're people that you know. They're people you enjoy calling. After a while, there's people that you don't enjoy calling. Guess what? You can take them out, but I wouldn't, because if you only work with people you like, because there's 4 personality styles. So if there's 4 personality styles, and maybe there's one personality style you don't like, you're going to eliminate a quarter of the population. So one of the nice things there's books about personalities, and there's a really good one. I'll send you guys the name of it. But when you start realizing the different personalities, you realize that's why you don't like them, because you don't really like that kind of personality. So then you maybe will understand them more. And next time you'll let most people don't like analyticals. There's a lot of analyticals on this planet. And I'm married to one. So it helped me when I read this book. I'm like, oh, I get why he's that way. He cannot help himself. And now, it makes me appreciate him more. And it helps me because I just make fast decisions. So we're going to get to know all of these people, create the spreadsheet, add the information, and we can also ask marketing to help us with this as well. And as time goes on, you can ask marketing to help with you with this. But I want to help this week so we can get it up and going. Okay. And again, if you just put in 5 a day, every day, that's probably the best way to do it when you first start. Okay. So now we have what we're going to do. We have a plan. This is our plan. Now, part of the plan is what to say. What to make us valuable to these people. And when we feel like what we're saying is valuable, we're going to have more of a reason to reach out to them. So one of my first things that I like about what's valuable, and when you think about what's valuable, to a seller, what is valuable to them, the price of my house, days on the market, how long is it going to take to sell, but also what's valuable to a seller, who is going to buy my house? Who is there? How many people are there? What do they make? Where do they live? What kind of job do they have? Are they relocation, or do they live here already? How am I going to get the most money possible for my house? So it's not just what the statistics are, it's also who is going to buy my house. And for a buyer, they want to make sure, can I afford it? Will I get pre-qualified? Does that mean I'll really get the mortgage? What happens if? All the things they're afraid of, all the stories they've heard. That makes us valuable, being able to answer those questions. So to start with, what I've always found helpful is the last 30 days. So the last 30 days is that you cannot get this information anywhere but the MLS. And I have here how to find it. So we are going to do a search, last 30 days. This is an example. I did one, and I'm going to do it with you. This is how to do it after I show you, so you can go back and refer to this. So we're going to log into the MLS. We're going to do a search. Then we're going to look for single family only. Then we're going to go here, get rid of the condos. All right. And then we are going to go 30 to 0 for every status field. So active, under deposit continue to show, and closed. Those 4 statuses are going to be 0 to 30. So now we know how many houses came on the market in the last 30 days, how many went under contract, how many closed. And this is, 0 to 30. This is how we do it. When you click into the status field, it opens up to the 0 to 30. So this is the status field. When you click into it, it opens up to the 30 to 0, really. But that's how they do it. Okay, and once you then hit view results, you'll see the results. Okay, now, so you'll have a list here. And then over here next to the car is a quick CMA. So you can do a CMA on the entire town in the last 30 days, and you're going to get statistics. But you have to select statistics. Oops. Sorry. Next one. Select statistics. And this is how you select them up here. And then as you scroll down, you'll see a nice pie chart. So I'm going to quickly do this for you so you can see. Going into the MLS. Connect MLS. Log into my account. I'm going to search single family only. All right, I'm going to do Stamford. So single family only, got rid of condo and co-op. So it shows me, and then city, Stamford. Stamford. Okay, so there are 47 active single families in Stamford right now. All right. Now, how many of those listed in the last 30 days? Let's look. We're going to go to status here, active. All right, and I'm going to type in 30 and then 0. Then under contract, continue to show, same thing, 30 and 0. Okay, then closed, 30 and 0. And then under contract, 30 and 0. Okay, and then I X out of this to close the window, and I click view results. There they all are. Now all I have to do is go over here to the quick CMA. Okay, now I'm in quick CMA. I have to move this thing. And here are the quick statistics. So I'm clicking show the quick statistics. Okay. So there are 16. So I think we said there were 36 active. Excuse me.
47.
Oh, 47. So there's 16 have come on in the last 30 days. And the average price in Stamford is 1,128,813. Then sold in the last 30 days, there's 45. the average list price, 978,640, and the average sale price, 1,010,922, which is 3.98% over asking. So that's what is, 103.98. It's pretty cool. So that's a good value thing to give to a client. Then we want to look at what went under contract. So we have under contract and under contract continue to show. And under contract continue to show. These two, they're the same thing, so you have to add them together. So that would be 32 went under contract in the last 30 days. And don't forget, last 30 days is Christmas and New Year's. So this is not going to be representative of what's really going to happen in 2025, but it is the slowest time of the year. So we still have a lot of deals going on. So that's 32. And then we would add the average here. 1,052,419 and 945 and divide by 2. So yeah, I think you have to mute something over there.
I'm going right now. Sorry.
Hold on, let me mute. Ahmed.
Trouble.
Such a troublemaker. Okay. Oops, no, I can't get back. All right, here we are. Okay, can you guys see my screen? I think you can. Okay, so whatever that is, 1,052,000 and 9, so it's probably like 1 million. That is the average under contract price of what went under contract in the last 30 days. And then as I scroll down, you can see these cool little graphs that show us things like the average closed property was on the market for 36 days. And the houses that are on the market right now, have 76. That doesn't make sense if I did the last 30 days. I don't know. This is the average price. Sometimes statistics get lost in the MLS. Okay, so that's a good thing to say. Well, my house expired. So when I call, well, in the last 30 days, there's about 32 houses went under contract. And how many sold? 45 sold. 16 came on the market. If 45 sold and 16 came on the market, what kind of market are we in? We're in a seller's market. So in Connecticut, in most towns, we're in a seller's market. And people don't really know that. We think everyone knows what we know. They don't. So it's good info to share. So every day, once a week, you want to pull this information. All right. Okay, so. Thank you. See you later. When you're calling your circle of influence, we have some value, what to talk about, some numbers. And there are other things we can talk about too, like how many houses are on the market, or comparing Stamford to Darien, or Stamford to, where else? Greenwich. I love comparing like the shoreline towns, Guilford and Madison. They're always up against each other. Farmington, Simsbury, and Avon. Who's playing football right now? Farmington and Simsbury or Avon, those games, they're like, they want to kill each other. So knowing those kind of things helps when you're making calls to talk about what's going on, not just in this town, but in another town too. Okay. And then, but right now, with the exception of Charlotte and Maria, for the most part, we're going to call our circle of influence. And our circle of influence, we can we don't really have to talk shop so much, but having a few statistics in the back of your quiver is good just to show how serious you are. And I love doing that. People underestimate me. I have 4 brothers, okay? I've been underestimated all of my life. And my favorite thing is to pull something on them that I know they don't know, okay? Because then they look at me like, oh, maybe you are smart, okay? And unfortunately, it's family and that, so I have to prove it all the time. So, calling your sphere of influence. What do we want to talk about? And this is what we want to talk about. Ford. Ford. What does Ford stand for? Oops, go back. So Ford stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. And if you just write that down and start there, you're going to have a conversation that's going to keep going. Some people can talk forever. Unfortunately, I'm one of them. Some people, very short, direct, to the point. But when you start talking about things that they like to talk about, they open up. Okay? So Ford, how's the family? I haven't seen, did Mary Beth start school? Or I haven't seen your parents in years. So whatever your circle consists of, connect genuinely. Do you still work at Yale? Yale is the #1 employer in Connecticut. So it's a good chance when you say something like that, they might work at Yale. Oh, do you work at Yale? I think I know someone that knows you, something like that. And Yale is a college, but it's also medical. So where do you work? Occupation. Vacations. Oh, are you planning on going on vacation this spring? What are you doing for spring break? Are you gonna, I know a lot of people just want to get their yard ready for the summer, work on their house. Like that's spring break to them. Other people it's reading a good book. Other people it's going on an educational vacation with their kids. So, what are you doing? And talk about that. Dreams. The people we know, guess what? We know their dreams. Because a lot of the people we know, we've known for a long time. And when you talk to them, you remember their dreams. So bring it up, talk about it. Start with that as your conversation. And I have Mick here because Mick is one of the agents that we have been talking to about this. So, Mick, I've been thinking about you, or Mick, I've been thinking about you. I just joined Century 21 Real Estate and wanted to let you know. But I really was also wondering, how's the family? How are the kids? And have that conversation. So you can talk about real estate, or you can wait and talk about real estate when you start talking about occupation. Do you still work at Sikorsky? I do. Well, you know what? I still work at the Travelers, but I also sell real estate on the side. Do you know anybody thinking of moving? In fact, I'm in a contest right now, and my coach is making me find 3 people. Do you know anyone? That really works when you ask, and they want to help us. I did that. National trainer from Century 21 came to our office, did a presentation, told everyone to pull out their phones, look at the first 3 people on their phone and call them and say, I'm in a contest right now. I'm with Century 21. We're at the AquaTurf, which we're going to be in 2 weeks. And we have a contest going on. I need to find 3 people looking to move. Do you know anyone? So I just did it. I don't list or sell anymore. I called my brother who lives on the Cape. He was in a hardware store. He goes, hang on, sis. He put his hand over the phone. He goes, hey, my sister's on the phone. She's a real estate agent. She wants to know if anyone thinking of moving right now. They want to help us. So the key is, like Daryl said, he's a paper tiger. Just do it. Be a real tiger. Let's do this. Let's call them. Let's ask the questions. When you say something that you thought that is the stupidest thing I ever heard of, and you say it and it works, that's when you realize how much this works. When I first started in real estate, I was talking people out of buying homes. And my broker made me spend money that I didn't have to go to a Tommy Hopkins, who was the coach at the time. And I think it was like $1,000. And I went and he made us memorize all these objection handlers every day for 5 days. And my broker made us sit in the front row. And Tommy Hopkins would walk to the front row and he would pick on people and make them answer the things that, to memorize those objection handlers. So I memorized them because I was scared to death. That's when I became the top agent. When I started not just saying what I wanted to say, but saying things that I didn't believe would work, and they did work. So scripts do help. We have a lot of them. But in the beginning, what's going to work for you with your circle of influence is Ford. Ford, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. That's what's going to work with you. So that is the plan. So I just want to open it up for a minute. We're almost done. How do you feel about this? Are we excited? Just unmute yourselves.
Definitely excited and nervous. A lot of commitment of, it's easy for me to be supportive to other people, but to get myself going and really be that way is a little different. So
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
So-
excited to start. I had my scripts down like really, really strongly and on converting. But my problem, like we said at the beginning, is the leads. I was getting all my leads and all I had to do was talk to them. Ford is amazing. People do open up when you talk about their family. You ask about their kids, if you remember their birthdays. Right now we have a great opening line. Happy New Year. How were the holidays? Take advantage of all that. But when you have the people to do it with, hopefully they will come.
I'm with you. Yeah, the holidays, that's the best thing you could talk about. What are your plans for this year?
Yeah.
And everyone's talking about it because after the holidays, that's when you think about moving because no one fit. Or too many people came and I don't want to be the one always where they come to my house. Okay. Well, anybody else want to share? Listen, I want to know what is going to work for you. So I'm doing this again today at 5. But I will tell you that I will make calls with you. I will set up a call time on Zoom if you want, if you're going to come. Some people are better on their own. So I'd like to, for the first week, let's see how it goes. But let's commit to making 5 calls a day to start. Just 5. And it could be the first 5 in your phone. So in the other room, Karen Bopick is sitting in there. She's the head of our relocation. We have relocation all over the world. People, if somebody's thinking of moving, we can find the best agent in their area. So even if your circle of influence isn't here, we can still do a referral for that person. Okay? So start with your phone. And you can start with the A's or you can start with the first people that you're calling all the time and are there. And just say, hey, I was just thinking about you. A new listing came on the market. If I had the money, I'd buy it myself. Do you know anybody thinking of moving? And that's my favorite thing to do. And honestly, I've done that all my career. So, when you think about that, before we leave, I'll just show you really quick. But if you look at the hot sheet every day and you find new listings, it could be a multifamily, an investment, a beautiful vintage home, a cottage on the ocean. We have the entire state of Connecticut on our MLS. We don't have to just say where we are. You can talk about something that's interesting anywhere. Let me just go through the last slides, okay? So the deal is we're going to create our database, but we're going to start with the spreadsheet I sent you and just typing in 5 a day and call as you call them, type them in. Log your activities in RE Sales, RE Scoreboard. Take a picture, text it to me at the end of every day, 5 days a week. So, you know, if you miss a day, you can make it up on the weekend. And then our next call that we have scheduled will be tomorrow. So, and our calls are only going to be like 10 minutes, but I made the first one with half hour in between each one so that if we have to go a half hour and I can show you how to do something, I will. And that showing you could just be making calls. Okay, so I am in. My success is your success, and I'm here to help you. Okay. And I'm good. I really am good. People underestimate me. That's probably why I'm good, because you don't see it coming. Right, Jay? Jay's laughing. All right, you people. Thank you. I'm going to end it. I will talk to many of you tomorrow, and I'm doing this again at 5. If you want to come back again, you're welcome to. And I'm going to email you the recording. So if you want to listen to it, you can.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you for your time and thank you for wanting to do this for us. Thanks.
I'm so excited, especially for you and Charlotte. You guys are going to be my canary in the coal mine. This is going to work. Okay.
Hey,
See
I'm
you.
putting